Hello guys, this is Raj here. Welcome to our live stream. I think the day has not turned out the way I had anticipated it to be. Everything looks bearish right now. And at least one of the indices did form a doji candle as I was suggesting in the morning. So there's so many things to absorb. I think overall the markets are in a bit of jitters and everybody's taking a safe position. So that if tomorrow some of the earnings do not come out as per expectations, then they would have their bases covered. But if tomorrow turns out to be a blockbuster, then those who are sitting in the sidelines today and selling off are going to be regretting it big time. So that's what I think is happening. Let me see how many of our viewers have joined in. Please bear with me while I check the chat window. I'll hold on for a little while. We'll wait and see. Okay, so we have someone joining us right now, waiting for a few more people to join. Meantime, I'm going to have a look at all the news developments that are happening in our preparation to go towards tomorrow's earnings situation. So let us see. Let me go to the news item. Let's look at news items out here. Let me minimize myself. I'll go out of the scene from here. I'm going to bring our news items out here. Yeah. So the very first thing that we were expecting for this week, we have selected a few shares that we wanted to look at. And one of the things that I had selected was Infosys. It was the only company I was looking at for today. And I thought they would do better than they did. Infosys did beat on revenue, but their earnings missed. So what they did was they announced earnings per share of 16 cents as against 0.172 cents, which the street was expecting. That's where they fell slightly short, but their revenues were slightly higher than what was expected, 4.44 billion as against 4.33 billion. I don't think that's much of a miss. There must have been a bit of extra expenditure here and there that kind of pushed the EPS down. But in my mind, it is not worth penalizing the company so much. It says Infosys ADR shares are down 20.21% from the beginning of the year and are trading at 18.88, down from 52-week high. Let me go and see what Infosys is doing today in the markets. Where is it setting at? Let's go to the Infosys ticker. It's down 2.25%. And each of these candles are a one-day candle out here. So you can see that I don't think it was worth pushing Infosys down by 2.25. There must be something else out there that we need to see. Let me look at the earnings report further. What are they talking? Bet expectations on Wednesday, that is ASML. So it's not giving any information about how they look at the next quarter. Maybe they don't have a good outlook for the next quarter. That's why they are being punished. We'll find out. I'll check out all these when I get some time and probably bring it out in the morning show tomorrow. Let me quickly look at our people who have joined us in the live stream. We have hi. Thanks for joining. So today we have very less participation, so I don't know what has happened, but I'm going to continue as usual and let us see how we can increase our participation in our future live streams. Looking forward to see Inf and Jesse join. Those are two regular suspects that I look forward to along with Discover together. Welcome, Discover. Joe. Okay. So that was with Infosys, but we didn't expect Infosys to set the trend for the entire market as such. So I don't think there is much we have to worry about here. I'll let it go. Next thing I wanted to talk about is this article saying Facebook's tumbling ad business lies at the center of tech earnings week. So I think that Google might be slightly different from Facebook and Twitter, because Google has got a widespread ad revenue, and they have a huge database of user intelligence, and their clients have got a lot of avenues in which they can use Google data and advertise. So I think they should do much better. Of course, their earnings in YouTube might probably struggle a little bit because of loss to TikTok, which both Twitter and Facebook have been facing. But overall, I think ad revenues wise, Google should not have much of a trouble. What they have to say about YouTube is another thing of my concern, because I had personally seen that our channel was growing much faster, and in the last month it has been going very, very slow. And I have heard other YouTubers also talking about reducing ad revenues in the YouTube. Of course, I'm not monetized. Those guys are. And for them, the main concern is the monetization portion. For me, the main concern is growing my viewership. But still, overall, the anecdotal evidence is that there is a bit of softening among the viewers for YouTube. So that might probably come up in the Google earnings. That's what I'm thinking is likely to happen. And Joe, are you still there? Okay, so then I'm just going to have a quick look at Bloomberg Markets and see what are the other headlines that we have here. So out here it says that Morgan Stanley sees more Fed hikes while JP Morgan expects pivot. Citi, UBS, Wells say US earnings holding up better than feared. I also think that the earnings are holding up better than what we expected. Even tech giants like Amazon and Meta can't escape the slowdown, and that is true. Russia to cut Nord Stream gas flow. I expected that to happen. It's not a surprise. It's a warfare. They're using fuel as a weapon. And we are saying what else out here? Yardeni says S&P 500 has already bottomed. Sees no hard landing. I really hope he was right. And if he's right, then our genomic shares and all should start seeing a takeoff maybe next month or so. That's my feeling if Yardeni is right. But I personally don't think we have yet bottom. Maybe we are still at the bottom. We may not go down further, but we may consolidate. Picking up might probably come later in the third quarter. That's what I'm thinking, especially for genomic stocks. Wheat prices jump after Russian missile strike hits tests Ukraine deal. We spoke about this in the morning show. Libyan oil hits milestone with output at 1 million barrels a day. That's good. More oil coming in means better pricing for us. Gold slips as investors prepare for Fed's jumbo rate hike. I don't think Fed will do a jumbo rate hike. I'm thinking that 0.75 is the most that could happen, and the best case scenario is 50 basis points. We'll see what happens. We have that in this week, so it should set the tone for the market once it happens. That said, let me check and see who all are in our audience right now. So we just had Joe over there for a while, and so it seems that I'm going to be alone on this on today's live stream. It's a new experience, so I'm going to here doing work too, though tougher to chime. No worries. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being there and giving me company. Someone else has also joined. I wonder who it is. There is one more person who has joined us. I think it must be Inf. There's 2 watching right now. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, so that's done. Now, let me go and have a look at what's happening in the market itself. Let's go to the TradingView platform. And maybe if we don't have participation, we might end the live stream as soon as we finish our genomics review. So I'm just going into the indicators. The indicators are looking negative for QQQ. US oil has gone up. So that's very interesting. US oil has just touched the support of 95.08 earlier this morning, and it has broken above the 200-day exponential moving average. So this is not a good sign for us, but still we are in the bearish channel, and we have resistance from the 9-day exponential moving average coming up. So let us hope for the best. Oil prices need to go down further for us to have a much better Fed outcome. And in the next few days, if it doesn't go down, that can definitely make the Fed be a bit more hawkish. When we go to the QQQ, we can see that we have dropped 1.04% today. I'm just going to go for a 1 day time frame with a 1 minute chart. So 1 minute candles indicate that towards the close, the market is starting to pick up. I think by the end of it, it's going to look like a doji candle. Let us see how the daily candle looks like. So today's daily candle is still thick out here. SPY, S&P 500, again, it's lost minus 0.19. It's trying to come back to somewhere around neutral. Let us see if it can manage to do that. I thought since the morning that everything is going to go sideways until Tuesday when we have a slew of major earnings. IWM has formed a doji candle out here, bouncing off the 50-day exponential moving average. So that is performing true to form. Dow Jones Industrial Average, it's under the 50-day exponential moving average is giving it some support. It's also trying to recover. It's marginally positive at 0.07%. And VIX has gone up significantly, only to be pushed down by the horizontal resistance at 24.28 and the 9-day exponential moving average sitting at 24.38. So those are the ones that are providing it resistance at this point of time, and it has pushed down. So it's ending the day better than what it started off with. But yesterday was an indecision candle, but today it seems that market is definitely bearish. Put call ratio is showing a neutral stance out here as expected. And it's a risk off day, therefore our genomics are likely to be down. US dollar index is further continuing to move downwards, again pushed by the 9-day and the 20-day exponential moving average. This is a good development, and all the other indicators like MACD and momentum indicate further fall for US dollar. That's a good sign overall, and that should help us with the overall market direction. And with that said, I just want to have a look at what's happening with Apple and Google and those companies which are going to report shortly this week, and see whether there is any sign of nervousness. So if I go into the FNG, which is the FANG stocks, there is definitely a lot of nervousness. It's down minus 0.36%, minus 3.89%. So there is a lot of jitters out there. If I was to look at Apple, it's down almost 1%. Let us see Microsoft, it's down 1%. Google is down 0.88, so there is slightly more confidence in Google. Meta is down significantly, minus 2.18%. And if you were to look at Twitter, it's down 1.74%. So overall, I think everything is looking bearish out here. And we still have got around 19 minutes for the market to close. So let me quickly look at who else is here. So it's Discover Together, that's all. He's the only one with us here right now. And yeah, let's continue with looking at what's happening here in the market. Let me see the other stocks that I have here and check out what is happening. We are going into the Neo Technologies. Pinterest has dipped marginally. PubMatic has done worse, 1.88 negative. Upstart's down minus 5.42. Glad I sold it. Marathon down minus 7.21. Cannot seem to get a break. Fiverr down minus 2.27%. SoFi down 2.42%. DWAC, Truth Social down minus 1.52. Coinbase taking a further beating of minus 5.76%. Doesn't look good. Lightspeed down minus 6.70. Palantir down 2.29%. So overall, everything is looking really negative. We got to go and have a look at what's happening in the with regard to Tesla. Tesla is down 1.47%, getting support from this horizontal line of support at 799.49, and it's being constrained by the 200-day exponential moving average. So those two are putting formidable resistance out here. And what else did I want to check out here? Let's look at the commodities. Wheat has gained. Earlier, it was in the morning when I was checking, it was going sideways, so I was okay with it. But it has broken past the 200-day exponential moving average, and it has crossed the 9-day and the 20-day exponential moving average, and it is moving up. It's gone up 1.84% today. This is not good. If the Fed is looking at this data, they are likely to be less hawkish because this is going to feed into inflation. So oil has gone up. Wheat has also gone up. And we can see that copper has also gone up. So it's all pushing the inflation expectations higher. And therefore, I think the Fed, when they come to talk about the interest rate, they might factor in all these things. And it's slowly starting to look not so good. And let us see what's happening in the crypto sector. Bitcoin is down minus 4%. That's significant. And we have got Ethereum down minus 8%, Algo down minus 6%, Dogecoin down minus 6%. Not looking good at all. Solana down minus 8.68. I haven't seen my crypto portfolio in quite a while because it's so depressingly negative that I feel like puking when I look at it. So I don't look at it at all. What else do we have here? Let's look at the semiconductor stocks. All of them are down except for ASML, which is doing better. Now we are into genomics. Genomics is seeming to do half well, half bad. So most of the genomic companies are in the red. Some of them have managed to eke out positive gains. And we'll visit them when we do an analysis post-market. Hi, Jesse. Yeah. Thanks for joining, Jesse. So we got a few people here now. For a moment, I was feeling alone. I was the only person, and then Joe joined us. And yeah, he's working, and at the same time, he's decided to join and help us out. Yeah, things are not looking great, my friends. I'm feeling a bit of depression coming over me after looking at the overall stock market. But the genomic side definitely makes me feel much better. So going further, I think IMTX has done well. Teladoc has done well. CRISPR has done slightly better. Beam has done well. Editas has done well. Novartis has done well. Allogene has done well. The rest are all languishing. The worst one is DNA. DNA has dropped minus 5.31%. That's terrible. That is totally terrible. What do we do with this, my friends? What do we do with this? How long can we be patient? How long do we keep on looking at all these shares and not feeling bad? I'm really feeling a bit disappointed right now overall. Yeah, Jesse, I think December everything should turn around. If it doesn't, then we'll say it should turn around in February or March. Eventually it will. It always does. It's a question of being mentally strong at this point of time, and I believe. And I'm depending on you guys in the community to, band together, and we can jointly weather this really dark time. Look at all the bright spots and look at all the good things to come ahead of us, and we should be doing much better. And Jesse, I don't want to bring down your spirits, but PACV doesn't seem to be giving an opportunity to put any calls. I guess the call premium will be so anemic that it's not even worth placing a call out there. So you won't get a good strike price, I suppose. But keep at it. That's the best strategy to reduce your average cost, other than dollar cost averaging. I don't think you should put too much of your portfolio in a single share. So there you go. My own portfolio is down more than 20%. I'm not looking at it. I had invested in SQs that at 3.04. After looking at the range that we had here, if you look at this, you see we had a range here. I thought that it won't go below 3.02, and things can only get better, but we have gone down. So even that has gone into the negative. I had an opportunity to take profit somewhere around 3.68 on 24th of June. I didn't. Then I had two opportunities at 3.55. I didn't. And then I had one more opportunity at 3.5. I didn't. And now I'm wishing that I had sold it at that time. But it is what it is. I'm going to wait and see when it can come back out and give me some gains. So that's where I had left it. Yeah, we have to be patient. Do you guys have any insights into what is happening with Intelia? I just finished making the Q2 earnings for Intelia. I've uploaded the video and I'm going to schedule it for release later this evening or early tomorrow morning. But one of my major problem with Intelia is I'm not able to find out any information on how they get their revenue. There seems to be 3 sources of revenue for them. The first one is at the market offerings, which they entered. Yes, Inf, you did make it. You did make it. Thanks for joining us. So one of the sources of income for Intelia is going to be, yes, turnaround poll Inf. One of the earnings sources at the market offerings, which they entered into earlier in the year, where they bring out shares. The second source of earning is their employee stock options. So they give the stock options and they are not paying out. So that becomes the revenue for them. And the third one is collaboration revenue. And I was scoring all the press reports and everything, and even the company website, but I didn't find any information on revenue. So if any of you hear any revenue for Intelia in Q2, just give me a heads up. Maybe I can update the video before I release it to the public. Because right now I've taken a very conservative approach and I'm coming closer to the negative consensus approach. Thanks, Mane. Thanks for the positive comment and thanks for joining us here. Really glad to have supportive subscribers like you. It makes my day, and especially today when the markets are all red, I'm really happy to have all the company, and I think we got to motivate each other. Yeah, thanks for coming. So with that said, yo. Yes, my friends, yes. So the only positive thing I have here, yeah, it's going to be turnaround Tuesday tomorrow. Yeah, let's all root for it. Let's all put our positive telepathy and positive energy and everything, and make sure that all the guys who report tomorrow would report positive. Let me quickly go and have a look at the Twitter page and see what are the earnings coming tomorrow. This is the old one. Yeah. So this is the earnings whisper. July 21, 2022. This is the previous week. Let me see if he has put something for this week. This is July 18. Okay, I have another source where I can find out. Let's go with this one. There are 72 earnings out here. That's a huge list. That's a huge list. I have to look back to my own list of companies. Anyway. I know these are all the companies that I had mentioned before. So they are going to be reporting shortly. So these are the companies, Google, Apple, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft. They're all reporting this week. And on Tuesday, we have Apple and Microsoft reporting. So Tuesday, Apple and Microsoft. So with regard to, Alphabet and Microsoft. With regard to Alphabet, I made an observation. I don't know how many of you were in the channel at that time, so I'm just going to repeat it for you. Basically, what I think is that Google is going to do much better than Snap and Twitter and all those guys, because I don't think Google is impacted that much by the Apple iOS update because they have got a much wider footprint in terms of advertisement as well as consumer intelligence. But I suspect that the YouTube segment will definitely get a hit from TikTok. But I think YouTube Shorts have also started picking up, so the hit would not be as bad as it was in Q1. So I think overall Google should come out better. And also Google has got cloud revenue in there, so I'm bullish on cloud revenue. Same thing applies to Microsoft as well as Amazon. Both have got cloud revenues, and also Microsoft has got its subscription model, which is working like a charm. It's like a well-oiled machine. Automatically credit cards are debited. and they take the money and automatically renew their license for the Office suite of products. So overall, I think they have got a very sticky revenue model for Microsoft. So I'm thinking both Alphabet and Microsoft should do very well. With regard to Amazon, I think they might definitely find a little bit of weakness when it comes to their consumer discretionary products, because I heard some news reports that Amazon, what it does is it comes with Amazon Basics, where they pick up some really fast-selling products and come up with their in-house brands, which is priced cheaper, and then they sell it. So it seems Amazon has withdrawn from some of those kind of products, which could be a precursor to the fact that the market is tight and there is a little bit of a demand contraction. That's a possibility. Or maybe they did that because they are not able to handle the logistics of sourcing and delivering it, and they would rather focus on other items. So I don't know which one it is, but Amazon may probably take a hit. But I'm very positive about Alphabet and Microsoft. What do you guys think? What is your opinion? Palantir. Okay, let me quickly read the comments and then go forward. It's easy to look away when read, but don't want to miss an opportunity or manipulate your emotions. Yeah, right. Apple holding that 152.25 line. Yeah, it's been pretty steady and confident. Manifest, it's the psychology machine. After all, that's a bigger and easier to read one about Raj. Bury Apple puts, I like companies reporting earning link. Mane, I think this is not allowing me to take the link, but I think we have found out. Thanks for helping out. Wanna look at Palantir? Okay, I can give you a quick look at Palantir. I remember doing Bollinger Bands on Palantir back at 25. Yes. Yeah, info earning, consumer and market expectation management, Federal Reserve CEO meeting, GDP meeting, recession information, PC, and more. No worries. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at Palantir. Let us do a quick technical analysis on Palantir. We haven't seen that in a while. I used to look at it on a daily basis before I started this channel. But here, see, these are my watch list of all that I used to invest and trade on. It was Pinterest, PubMatic, Upstart, Marathon, Fiverr, Palantir, SoFi, Lightspeed, DraftKings, Coinbase, Baba, Teradyne, Etsy. I didn't do DWSC. It was just a morbid fascination to see what happens to that SPAC, given that they tied up with Truth Social. So that's why I put it there, just curiosity. But let's go into Palantir and have a look at Palantir. Let us zoom out. So, Joe, I'm going to do a total technical analysis, quick technical analysis for Palantir for you. And this is my way of saying thanks for coming to each and every one of our live sessions. So this is the first level of resistance that we have here, which is a long running bear channel. And this is the second line I'm going to draw here, which is going to bring up the bottom for this. I'm going to mark that as a green as a support. So here we are. So this is what it looks like. Now we have a second bear channel within this, which works from here. So we have been within this bear channel, and this resistance is very strong in my opinion at this point of time, because it is merging with the 100-day exponential moving average, which is sitting at 10.7. And we are supported at this point of time. Let me magnify this. Please bear with the scrolling screens because the candles are too small. I think some of you might be looking at it in an iPhone or something. So I want to try my best to give you a big screen out here. Okay. So this is the candle for today. And as you can see, it's being supported by the 20-day and the 50-day exponential moving average. It's already broken past the 9-day exponential moving average. That's a very bad sign for us. The MACD, even though bullish, is tending towards the signal line, and momentum is still above average. So that is the saving grace out here. There is still hope for Palantir, but the chart is looking a bit weak at this point of time. However, within this bear channel, you can notice one trend. And that trend is that we have this bull market within the bear channel. They always say there is a bull rally. So Palantir has been going through a slow motion bull rally because the bull rally is very, very smooth. So that's what has been happening. So I'm thinking that if it breaks through all these exponential moving averages, it's going to bounce off this diagonal line and then go back and test this support here. And because we are on a downward slope and we are doing this pennant, the natural tendency for the price would be to fall further when it breaks out of the pennant. However, just like as it happened in Tesla, if they are putting a lot of new articles on YouTube and trying to build up some hype, there may be some good news coming from there, and that could allow us to break above this pennant. So the technical analysis says that it's going to break down. The prices are going to go down, but technical analysis is only a probability. If there is some good news out there, then things are going to go up. Now, let me quickly look at the news section and see if there is anything at all that Palantir has got. June 28th, they had a positive news. Palantir Technologies lands $36 million Army contract for building Titan prototype. So that was on 28th of June, which is last month. So this month there is nothing out here. Wall Street bet stocks largely down, etc., etc. What do they say about Palantir? Among other stocks in focus, Palantir shed 0.9 pre-market. So that's no news for us. So yeah, we'll watch the space. If I get something new on Palantir, I'll definitely let you know, Joe. But right now the charts are looking like they're at the extreme end of the bull channel within the bear channel. So the bull rally is almost coming to an end unless Palantir comes up with something positive. You can see that their earnings release is going to be on 8th of August. And their earning estimate is a positive 0.03 EPS and a revenue of 470 million. So if they exceed the revenue and the earnings estimate, definitely we are going to break above this pennant. But if they miss there and have a weak outlook for the next quarter, then we come down. And I hope for your sake that it's going upwards. That's my best luck for you. So let me check what's happening in the chat window out here. We're already at 4 o'clock. The market has closed. Did we win? Yeah, I think government contracts, it should be much easier, but I didn't do any of that. But for you, I could try to look at Palantir and do a separate earnings analysis. But I'm running a backlog right now, Joe, with even with the biotech, Genomic shares itself. I'm on the 8th August timeline. I have got one more company to do, which is going to report on 8th August. But after that, I'll definitely consider looking at Palantir and do a quick earnings estimate for you. That would be my personal thank you for being with us for the longest time. So with that said, let me go and look at the markets and see what's happening out there. We have closed the market. Let's go in here. Let's start off with the futures and let's see what the futures are thinking at this point of time. Where are you, my dear futures? Here they are. So Nasdaq futures is negative, but still in the bull channel and still supported by all the three exponential moving average. So there is no significant deterioration happening out here. And if you look at the candle, it's a doji candle with a thick body. So there is a bit of indecision, but the range of indecision is much wider. And if we were to go and look at the indicators, and let's go and look at US oil. US oil has got the support out here at 95.08 and bounced back. Unfortunately for us, it has broken over the 200-day exponential moving average, but I'm expecting it to fall further when we look at the chart again tomorrow, because there is overall demand destruction. I hope that before the Fed comes out and does this interest rate decision, the oil starts going down further. It has decreased significantly since 8th of June. So I think almost 20%. So I don't think this is going to be a big deal breaker as such, even if it went up a little. But I would prefer it to continue going down. Let's look at QQQ. QQQ is poised on top of the 50-day and the 9-day exponential moving average. It has got a resistance at 306.53. It's still looking bullish on the MACD, but the momentum is not telling a good story. It's above average, but it's a bit weak. But post market, it's up 0.17%. S&P 500 has got I think I would call it a bearish hammer, and it's still supported by the 50-day exponential moving average. It's still looking bullish. This chart is looking, S&P 500 is looking better than QQQ because the momentum is also above average, and it's not flat, it's slightly higher. IWM has got a bullish hammer out here, and it's looking good overall because the MACD is also bullish and the momentum is also above average and picking up. Post market action is still positive. Dow Jones Industrial Average has got a bearish hammer, Still, it's got all three exponential moving average supporting it. MACD is bullish and momentum is also above average and picking up. So I see strength in S&P 500, IWM and Dow Jones, but a lot of weakness in QQQ in comparison relatively. So I think tomorrow we'll have a lot of our answers in place, especially with Google and Microsoft. And if I was to look at the VIX, VIX has spurted a lot. It has gone above and almost above where it was 3 days ago. So it has retraced all the losses that it had, and it's only been stopped by the horizontal line of resistance at 24.28 and the 9-day exponential moving average at 24.29. It's sitting precisely at 23.37. So that's the situation with our VIX. It has finally come down and it's ended where it began. It began the day. Sorry, it ended the day yesterday. So it's almost like it's ended flat. So I think as far as VIX is concerned, there is a little bit of jitters out there for tomorrow. Hopefully the jitters are unwarranted and it starts going down further, because if Google and Microsoft come up with a good earnings show, then I think we should be able to start testing 22.73 again. Put call ratio is bearish to neutral. It's 1.01. And if we look at XLY, XLP, it's totally risk off. So I think we're going to see a lot of reds in the genomics. And dollar index is continuing to fall down. This is really good for the stock market overall, but I don't see that being reflected in any of the indices. So there is going to be many people who have booked some profits awaiting the jitters for tomorrow. They will all come back with their money into the market. So that's what I'm thinking is likely to happen. So let us go on and look at our genomics side. And in genomics, I'm just going to sort this out. IMTX has done very well with 3.31% growth, and it started off much higher than where it ended yesterday, and it has dropped down, and still it is way above where it finished yesterday. That is 3.31%. Post market, it's flat. And if I look at the charts are very, very strong. The only thing I'm concerned about is that it's in the overbought status. So it's likely to moderate a little more and come down below 70% on the momentum chart, and then it can resume its upward movement. And when I look at, oh, I missed Editas. Okay, so I have Teladoc next. Teladoc is still following the bullish line out here, bullish diagonal line. And it's being supported by the 9-day and the 50-day and the 20-day exponential moving averages respectively. MACD is bullish and momentum is also looking good. Post market, it's up 0.05. Teladoc is looking very strong. And also I like the gradual bull channel that it has got. It's moving up gradually, so it's much more stronger and durable growth out here. So I'm really happy with it, the way it's working. Allogene is also positive, up 1.95% today. Perfect bullish hammer out here. It's got support from the 20-day, 9-day and the 200-day exponential moving averages. It's looking good on the RSI and the MACD also. MACD has got plenty of space for it to grow further. Post-market, it is flat, but I think Allogene is looking good. It's way above this diagonal line of support, and also it's way above the 20-day exponential moving average, so it's looking very, very strong right now. Beam has put on 1.73% again today. It's got a bullish hammer, but it's below where it's just about where it ended yesterday. It started much lower in the morning, then it went up, and it's come down to almost very close to where it was yesterday. And it's got the support from the 9-day and the 20-day, 200-day exponential moving average. I'm really happy by the fact that the 9-day exponential moving average is about 200. That gives it a lot of strength. And also I can see that it is way far away from the diagonal line of support that we have here. And one of the problems for Beam right now is that it's almost oversold. It needs to consolidate a little bit before it can make any further growth. But overall, it has got still a lot of way before it can touch the diagonal line of support. So it's very good. Post market, it's flat. I'm going to skip Vertex. I'm going to go for CRISPR Therapeutics. CRISPR Therapeutics is looking good with a gain of 0.90%. It's supported by the 200-day exponential moving average and the 20-day exponential moving average. And it's way far away from this diagonal line of support. So I'm overall happy with it. But I wish it would start picking up tomorrow and keep on going towards this diagonal line of resistance out here. They're going to mark as red and challenge that. So that's what I want to see for this share. Unfortunately for us, the MACD is turned bearish, but we are still having a momentum which is above average and pointed upwards. So I'm happy about that. So CRISPR still looks strong on the charts. So I'm not going to write it off yet. Intelia is up 0.49%, and it's still following the bull channel that we have here. It pierced it briefly, but the support was very strong because it's a confluence of the 100-day exponential moving average and the diagonal line of support. So it pushed up, but still it has ended below where it ended the day yesterday. And if I look at the MACD, it is turning towards the bearish side, but still bullish. And the momentum is above average and slightly pointed upwards. So overall, I'm happy about the situation with Intelia. I think it is going to continue staying above the diagonal line of support. Post-market, there is no trades. IDNA is up 0.25%, and it's just fallen below this diagonal line of support here, which I'm going to mark as a diagonal line of resistance going forward. Today's action has been better than yesterday. It's got a marginal gain, but it's still being constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average and the 100-day exponential moving average. So it's a very strong resistance out there. However, I'm heartened by the fact that the momentum is above average, and the momentum is still pointed upwards. So I'm thinking that we still don't have to worry too much about IDNA, the overall biotech sectors. There are winners and there are a bit of losers here and there, but I think IDNA will get a reprieve soon. And also, if I was to look at IDNA from a different perspective, let us say if I was to connect these lines here, and so what do you guys see here? We see a pennant, right? And it's on a ascending trend. So this pennant has got a natural tendency of breaking out upwards. So that's what should happen by default if we go with the technical analysis theory. Unless they come up with some bad news for any of their major holdings, I don't see this thing breaking down. So I'm of the opinion that it's going to consolidate a little bit and then it's going to break out on the upside from here. I'm going to skip Novartis. I'm going to skip Regeneron. I'll go directly to Blue Star. Yeah, before I go to Blue Star, Regeneron, definitely this was an evening star pattern. So we are continuing our fall downwards for Regeneron. Let me see if there is any bad news out here for Regeneron. July 14. That's when we had the bad news. Regeneron said Thursday the phase 3 trial of Dupixent for the potential treatment of etc. met its primary endpoint in the study. 68% and of those on higher dose and 58% of those on a lower dose both achieved the primary endpoint of significant histological disease remission at 16 versus 3% of placebo. Safety results are all generally consistent with known safety profile. So it seems like it's not a bad news here. I don't know why we are going down here. There must be some other reason. Let's go on to Bluebird. Bluebird is looking weaker out here today. It's got a doji candle which is resting directly on this diagonal line of support. Our MACD is bearish and the momentum is just about average and flat. Post-market, we are down 1.75%. So I'm sensing weakness in Bluebird. I don't think there is any negative news there. No new news about Bluebird right now. We'll see what happens for tomorrow, but the chart is looking down weak right now. ARCG, I'm going to skip ARCG. It's looking negative though, but it has got a lot of support out here. I'm looking at Caribou Biosciences. Caribou has got to fill up the blanks out here. It has not done so. And it's still resting on this diagonal line of support. So if I was to remove this, box from here, you can see clearly that we are just sitting on that support, and the support is very strong because the 9-day and the diagonal line are intersecting together. That's the reason why we were saved today. But tomorrow, are we going to be saved? That is the question, because the MACD is starting to tend towards the signal line, and the momentum is flat and above average. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Caribou is starting to look weak. Illumina is down minus 1.08%. It's just sitting on top of this minor line of support at 196.20, along with the 20-day and the 9-day exponential moving average, which are all sitting at 196.35 and 196.71 respectively. And today we are at 199.51. So we are just a hair breadth away from that. I hope we are able to sustain that. Sorry. I think Illumina is starting to look a bit weak. I'm really suspect about the momentum out here. If it starts dipping below average, then we are toast. Otherwise, if it starts moving up again, then it can retain the MACD, in my opinion. So our big test is going to be tomorrow, which way the market goes. If the overall market sentiment is positive, we'll be able to bounce off this horizontal line of support. SQZ, unfortunately for me, is not doing very well. It's fallen below our support of 3.02. My purchase price was 3.05 on an average, including commissions. So I'm looking at a red out there. Market charts are looking absolutely weak, and there's a good chance that because it's gone so much below, it can bounce back. I'm looking for a dead cat bounce, but we are still way far away from the 30% on RSI. So now let's go on and look at Invite. It's down minus 2.28%, and the chart is looking very, very weak. The MACD is bearish, and the momentum is also below average and down. Invite could fall further tomorrow. Post-market, it's down minus 0.93. And if you look at PACB, we are looking at 2.46% drop for today, and we have broken down below this minor line of support of 4.47. We are right now at 4.36. Post-market, it's flat, and our next level of support is the minor support at 3.96. Chart is looking very weak indeed. Both MACD as well as the momentum are looking pathetic right now. Verve is down. It's down 2.71%. Post-market, it's flat, and it's resting on our line of support at 29.72. It formed some kind of a doji candle out here, and it's resting on the 200-day exponential moving average as well. The chart is not looking too weak. I think it was overbought and it came down. So tomorrow I would expect Verve to pick up back again and start bouncing back up and approaching this line of resistance, which is at 33.69, because everything is going well for Verve overall. DNA, that is Ginkgo Bioworks, has lost a lot, minus 4.79%, and post-market is down another minus 0.36%. It's the MACD is bearish and the momentum has fallen below average, so the chart is looking very weak, with the next support being at 2.12. Editas gained 2.51% today, and it's still staying above this diagonal line of support, so very happy about it. The diagonal and the horizontal line of support at 15.37 perfectly provided a support and pushed it back up. We also got support from the 100-day and the 9-day exponential moving average, which are just holding the bullish hammer up here for us. MACD is bullish, momentum is also upward, so Editas is looking great. So with that, I think I'm done with the analysis out here. I'm going to go and have a look at the chat window and see what our group is talking about here. So it comes to maybe we are going down because the momentum rally is ending, and now the expensive interest rates are soaring some investors. No, I think we are going down today mainly because people are a bit jittery about what's going to happen tomorrow, because this week is going to be full of market moving blockbuster earning results. So they could be blockbuster in the positive or negative way. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me go up further. Raj, what do you think about the Treck Solutions, London UK based software company? Looks like it's big data. Treck Solutions. I didn't know there was a company called Treck Solutions. I googled search Treck and found it. I'll have to check that out at my free time, my friend. You always come up with something interesting, Inf. I really like that. You make the sessions very lively. Okay, let me just quickly take stock and see if anybody had asked any questions that I didn't reply to. Choose to sell at loss since market overly punishes company like Palantir. Since they get SM in government contracts, I feel, etc., etc. Yes, Mane, to go already learning new stuff. Do you currently have a video on how to do technical analysis? Yes, Mane, you can go into the channel and look at my initial days. I have done 2 videos on technical analysis and fundamental analysis, I think. They are already there. Check it out, or else just go to the banner of my YouTube channel. You'll get my email address. Just send me an email saying you didn't find it. I'll send you a link for it and you can have a look at it. And if everybody wants it, I can do another video just on most of the tools that I use for technical analysis. Okay. Did we win together? He does. Joe says he does. Base, thank you. And the pharma drug company, Mayer Squibb. Yeah, Bristol Mayer Squibb is also reporting earning this week. That's coming towards the end of the week. So we'll see what they are earning, and that will give us an idea of merger and acquisition potential, as well as more collaboration possibilities, which can give revenue to our genomic companies. So a positive earning there by AstraZeneca, Bristol Myers Squibb, and Pfizer, those companies, is going to mean a lot. Some real estate company I have never heard of dropping hard. The real estate companies are likely to drop hard if they have done too much of investment in sectors of the, parts of US which are having a bad time. IDNA looking good. No, IDNA is not looking that great at this point of time, but overall I think it's looking good from a overall perspective, but today it didn't look that great. Maybe we are going down because the momentum rally is ending and now the expensive interest rates are soaring. Yes, I think I spoke about that. And that's about what I got here, my friends. So is there any other company you guys want to talk about? Jesse, anything from your side? Is Joe around? Anything that Joe wants me to talk about? Okay. So with that said, I think I would like to end this session. And thanks, guys. You came in because for a moment I thought, yeah, we already talked about CRISPR. Not genomics related, but Fiverr. Oh, okay. Just a red day. Yeah. So Fiverr, I used to follow earlier, Mane, but I haven't done much of late. Let us go and have a very quick look at Fiverr and see what it's looking like. Let's go Fiverr. I'll go to my old haunts here. It's going to be Technology Neo. Fiverr. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm glad that I didn't have any investment in Fiverr. It's not looking great out here in the charts. Let's do a quick technical analysis of this. Very, very brief, quick and dirty. Let's do the channels and see where it is sitting right now. Let me do the baseline out here. That is a support line. And let me do the just bear with me for a minute. So there was initially, it's not looking as bad as I thought it is. Because what I see here is that it was earlier in a bear channel and now it's on a consolidation channel. This is your resistance. I'm going to mark it red. I'm going to make the line a bit thick so that you can see if you're looking at it from your cell phones. And then I'm going to look at another line out here. And I'll mark this as green color as support. So we are moving between these two lines out here. It's doing a lot of consolidation. I hope that it picks up after this consolidation. Let us see when it has got earnings coming up. The earning is coming up on 4th of August. So I think the markets are waiting for the 4th of August. If you get a chance, look at the earnings preview for this company and see if anybody has got any outlook on it. Yeah, I haven't done much on Fiverr for the last 8 months, to be honest, because once I started this genomics channel, I have been shifting my focus totally towards genomics and digging deeper into genomics companies. In the process, I've lost track of many of these companies here, but I don't mind doing analysis every once in a while. I'll keep Fiverr also in mind along with Palantir for a video at a later stage when I've done with all my commitments for genomics for this quarter. So with that said, let me see if there is anything else I can help our group with. Okay, guys, then I think I would end my live session right now. Thank you for joining me. For a brief moment, I was alone, but Joe joined up and then everybody else came in. So thanks, guys, for not letting me there alone talking to myself. So see you again tomorrow. I'll have the live session in the evening as usual at 3:30, and I'm going to be uploading the Intelia Q2 earnings video shortly. If you have any inputs, just let me know. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye for now.